you have a buffer right here of fuel to feed it. If you didn't have this buffer right here of fuel to feed it, it would starve the engine of fuel because the vacuum is not going to be strong enough to suck the fuel in with this little carburetor. That's when you have bigger mowers will actually have them little fuel pumps to help. If this bowl is dirty, the needle and seat is dirty, it's not going to allow fuel to go in fast enough. Just like if that tube here that we threw out was crushing and not allowing fuel to get sucked in, it'll cause surging. And so that could have been the problem alone right there, but we're this far. Let's just take this apart, and to do that, we're going to drain it, and then we're going to take the butterfly off. This is something you can do on your machine. I know this is like a very detailed video. A lot of people don't need this much explanation. They just want to get to the root of the problem. Sorry. That's not how I operate. I don't just want to teach, or I don't just want to fix, but I want to teach some of the things that I know to help you guys out with getting things done. Put it back on the studs if it makes it easier for you. Don't break the studs. And try to go ahead and crack your bolts loose. Okay. Once you do that, then you can take this and drain any fuel that's in here out. Once you do that, then you can take the carb bowl off. Okay, there's your bowl. Your bowl bolt, your drain bolt, and we can put the drain bolt back on just so we don't lose it. And now what you're going to see here, when I take this off, is the butterfly. Okay, there is the bottom of the bowl, and we'll make sure that that's clean. Now here's that butterfly I talked about. It's got a pin that goes across that holds it, and it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, just like the back of your toilet. And then you have the needle right here. And when it goes up, the needle shuts the fuel, that metal piece right in there that's going up and down. Up, needle shuts the fuel, down, needle open, needle allows fuel. Fuel comes pouring in right under this needle, okay? And fills the bowl until the float goes up and shuts the needle. Lots of times there can be dirt right there in that needle, where that needle meets the seat. That's why it's called a needle and seat. Where that needle meets the seat, there could be dirt not allowing fuel to flow in, at least not fast enough. Right here is your jet, inside here. You'll take a flat tip screwdriver and you can get your jet out of there. You got a hole right here, and a hole right here, and you got a big old hole right here that this threads into. So where a lot of people think that the fuel comes in from the bottom, it can't, because it's threaded, and this is now in it. And the bowl, that's the bowl that holds the bowl on. So the way that this gets fuel to feed the carburetor is only from this little hole and this little hole right there. So if that's blocked, then it's only one little hole. If they're both blocked, then that's your fuel issue. So when you take it apart, you want to check the needle and seat, and you want to check the holes right here. Once you do that, take your jet out. Make sure your jet's clean. So let's do it. First thing we're going to do with the needle and seat is carefully pull this pin. When you pull the pin, that little plunger is now loose in there. It will fall out. You pull the pin and very carefully pull up the plunger, and there's your needle. And in that copper, there's your seat. I'll be right back and I'll show you. Take your needle and just slide it off, if you can. Okay, well good. If you don't want to, leave it. It's a little spring, perfect. Make sure there's no dirt on the end of this needle. Okay, don't be afraid. Give it a little shot. That needs to go back together nice and clean. Be very careful with it. Okay, here's the bowl. Bowl's looking pretty okay. And that's pretty clean. Everything's dripping into a bucket. I know you can't see it, but it is. Now remember, you got this hole here, you got this hole here, and you got the jet. So to take the jet out, you got your flat tip screw. Oh yeah, you got your needle right here, or your seat. If you look into that copper hole, there's a tiny little hole. That tiny little hole inside that copper hole is where that needle plunges up to. And if that hole's clogged up, then you're not going to get fuel. So you can take your little spray here and spray. Definitely not clogged up. Looks like we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, we're good. We're good there. There's no blockage there. So I'm pretty confident to say that the fuel problem was not the needle and seat.